As my income, say it backwards. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Oodles, and it's still bloody red hot. God, it's red hot. Joining me today, she's hotter than the weather. It's Candy.
Ah, thanks. In fact, I'm so hot, I'm a puddle.
Puddly mess. Also, he comes in with the king tide. It's Biggie.
Hello.
Also, he's been called the Eternal Siesta. It's Stig.
Hello, I'm back, baby.
Yay. And finally, the typhoon from the Tyne. It's Gadget.
I don't know what I can say to that one, but I like it. Typhoon from the Tyne.
Yeah.
Could be like a boxing name for me.
Yeah. The typhoon.
The Typhoon from the Tyne.
How is everyone?
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Bit old.
What that?
Yeah.
Don't all scream at once, guys.
Still trying to figure out what that start was.
Okay. As my income. Say it backwards.
Income my ass.
No. Come in my ass. Fucking hell, it's worse when you have to fucking...
All right.
Say it again, but slower.
I just started because what the fuck does income my ass mean? And I was like, and I thought it's probably some stupid Death Stranding like reference.
That's my financial state. Income, my ass.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof. But we're all alright. We're all surviving in this. Again, I mean, we have some American listeners. This country's not built for heat.
No, it's not.
All our houses are designed to retain heat. And we have no aircon.
I got horribly sunburnt over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, you really did.
Oh, you've been together, haven't you?
Did you not sun cream?
No, I did not sun cream because it was.
Well, there you go. There you go. Then
That's your problem, isn't it?
No fucking excuse.
I'm sorry. You are nearly 40 years old. You know that overcasts mean fuck all from UV lights and UV rays.
Funnily enough, I did not know that because I don't normally go outside the fucking sun. I'm an indoor person.
I got sunburn on the Alps in winter.
Oh, yeah, that's easily
I
done.
get sunburnt off my ring light here.
When it's hot, never trust the wind, never trust the clouds.
Well, I know that
And
now, don't
cooling
I?
off in the pool in the middle of Spain is an instant sunburn.
However, I should also point out that the people with you as well, that they're to blame for not
reminding
you all, telling you, especially a bald man.
Well, yeah, I should have thought of that, but being a
I wasn't
southerner,
there, just point
I
out.
don't burn quite so easily.
Well,
So I didn't remember to say.
so I didn't burn on my head because I had my hat on all the time, so I know that one. But weirdly enough, I only burnt on my shoulders, not on my forearms. So my forearms, I guess because I have them out all the time, they had a bit of tan to them, but it's my fucking pasty white shoulders, the ones that got burnt.
Problem is now, Gadget, as well.
My forearms out all the time.
Problem is, you
because I roll
have
my sleeves
tattoos
up.
now, mate. You have tattoos now, so you've got to look after
Exactly,
your skin.
that's the other thing. As the tattooist,
The two
of the
tattooists.
group, two tattooists should have
told
they're
you.
they're brand new tattoos. Why don't you sun cream them up?
Yep.
If they're
We
more
were
than
drunk.
one, are they tattoos?
Way too drunk to remember stuff like that.
Two tattoos?
PSA,
Tattoos, that's right.
PSA kids, always sun cream.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely. Speaking of PSAs, it's time for Biggie's breaking news.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
Well, we'll start off a bit down, I'm afraid. Mass layoffs
Brilliant.
at Xbox expected to be confirmed on
they're doing well.
tomorrow, 2nd of July, as this has been recorded. Industry whispers suggest that Microsoft could be poised to lay off up to 2,000 employees across Xbox.
Microsoft are doing well.
Microsoft are always doing well, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean it's not different though, is it? It seems that every single gaming company that say, "Oh yeah, our game
Doesn't
sold
matter
really
if you're
well,
doing well.
but we're going to sack you instead." of like.
I
giving
think
you a
it's
bonus.
already happened as well. I've got a friend that was
Yeah.
working on one of the new studios that Blumhouse were producing the games of, and they found out yesterday.
When will it
Not good.
stop? When will it get through a cycle of news without mass
Yeah.
layoffs in the gaming industry?
So it's
Well, on top of that, Lost Records and Jusant developer Don't Nod is also laying off staff, and they've confirmed this but haven't said the number yet.
so the problem is the line always has to go up, and the easiest way to make the line go up is to reduce your overhead cost.
Or reduce CEO bonuses?
No, can't be doing that.
Why would they do that, Stig?
Want somebody to think of the poor shareholders?
Yeah.
I mean, we're still reeling from David Zaslav not getting his $75 million pay rise. You know,
Is that all he will
Yes,
get in
man.
poor bugger?
yeah, he's having a look down the sofa for stocks and shares bonds to like get through the day.
There he is. Poor bugger. I don't know how he copes.
No,
Well, how do you
Just
become a
have to
CEO?
give a
Because I
fuck.
want to do that.
You graft. You graft or you suck your way up.
you graft or you grift.
Could do that.
Yeah, graft or grift. There's no other way around it. You either hurt people or you're really good and you've earned it.
Shit.
And then you hurt people.
And then you hurt more people and stop being really nice and people don't like you anymore.
You also have to get really
It's a
good
shame, isn't
at like going on LinkedIn and like explaining how every single minor inconvenience teaches you something about business to business sales.
Oh,
And
no.
if you need to wake up at 5 o'clock and before 9 o'clock, you've already had a full day.
Yeah,
You have
It's called
to-
time hacking.
Yeah, you have to put your face in some ice water.
Ice water, yeah.
Yeah, you have to be at the gym. You have to go for a run. You have to walk your dogs. You have to,
Before 7 o'clock.
like run your portfolio. You have to get online and tell your clients about everything. Well, all before 9.
You've got to work on your pipeline before your business even opens that morning.
As you're going to bed, you get straight back up again. You don't even sleep.
Yeah.
you got to shift
No
some
doubt.
You're out of bed
paradigms.
before you get in it.
You got to shift some paradigms,
shift some
revolutionise
paradigms, yeah.
outside the box.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot of blue
work
sky learning. Blue
36
sky learning's
hours a day.
massive.
Synergy, Candy. Synergy.
I start work at 9 and I wake up at 8:20.
You
I
have
can believe it.
You have to get very good at pretending to know what PowerPoint presentations mean.
Candy,
Right.
by 20 past 8, I've already spoken to 500 of my clients and earned them £1 million.
Same.
Woken them up.
You've got to
You
get
are not- you are
10,000
not-
on every call.
Maximizing your time.
You know,
I'll do some paradigms. I'll do some more paradigms.
no,
I
we're not
promise.
doing paradigms. You need to shift them.
Sorry, and I'll sky blue think.
No, yeah, okay, this is where you work for yourself, and no one will employ you. Need to
Brilliant.
kiss ass. Snap next, cash checks. That's it. Next. Sorry, Xbox.
You really have become the Wolf of Wakefield, haven't you? Snap next right checks.
Mate, none fucking stop me, mate. I just spent a £3,000 commission today, so let's go. Shouldn't reveal
Well,
that.
someone else is trying to make money. Sony are being sued for abusing its dominant position in the console market.
Fucking good.
A case filed in the Netherlands, by non-profit firm Sting.
Excuse me.
You're right,
Put your teeth
Vicky.
back in, Grandad.
Trying to say Sting.
Stick-ting.
Shating.
Listeners,
There you go.
I do apologise that the heat has got to him. He's
Yeah,
currently
I
on a
have
drip.
literally turned back into Saxy all of a sudden.
Anyway, tell us about shitting.
Rashad, yes, claims it's acting on behalf of 1.7 million Dutch players. It essentially argues that the PS5 generation, the Japanese giant, has pushed players into a digital-only ecosystem where it has a monopoly on the sale of software through the PlayStation Store.
Yep.
He's probably right.
Well, yeah, because the consoles don't come with a disc drive now. You got to buy the disc drive separately if you buy.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
spend-
not opposed to it. I think it's facts.
Spend 800 euro on a PlayStation Professional, and you have to buy your disc drive separately.
Didn't
Yeah,
somebody
ridiculous.
try to do this to
Yeah,
Steam?
someone else is doing this as well, yeah.
So
Someone tried to
This is
sue
separate.
Steam for their dominance
Yeah.
of the digital
And Sony.
market, didn't they?
And Sony is one
Yeah, but
currently going with Sony as well.
that was Epic. Epic tried to sue Steam for it, and
Fuck off! Fuck off! Epic. You got enough money.
what they were. I think what Epic's argument was is that Steam has such the monopoly on it that they can't like effectively undercut Steam. And all Steam says is if you're on both platforms, if you're on our platform and you can sell on other platforms, you just need to make sure when you discount on yours, you discount on ours to the same. And their entire legal case was you don't have to put games on Steam. You can have your own store. And
It's true.
Tim Sweeney just got the pip because it was basically saying your store's shit, which is right because the Epic Game Store is shit.
It is fucking shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
It's fucking
Anyway,
terrible.
But
the
Sting,
actual
Marmalade, and
story.
Condiments are seeking damages in the Netherlands of up to 435 million euros.
I love a class action lawsuit. I love it. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, good.
I'm all about it for the people. Yeah, well done, Netherlands.
I mean,
Cool.
it's right. I mean, just in case in point, like I bought Death Stranding from Asda for £11 cheaper than what you get it on the PlayStation Store because I've got the disc model.
And you got to pat your bum as you left.
As everyone does when they leave Asda.
You have to. And when you leave Asda, you have to pat your bum.
I've been told to stop doing it to other people.
Yeah,
No, not to other people,
only
to
your own
yourself.
bum.
Yeah, not other people's bums.
That's the bit I'm not getting.
You're getting the advert wrong. Dear me. Next.
Well, speaking of Death Stranding, number 2 is causing some PS5s to overheat.
Fucking not.
A number of players have complained that the release's map screen is causing their PS5 consoles to overheat. A fairly active Reddit post reports the issue. I've been playing the game on a base PS5 and overall it runs great. Graphics are stunning and I've had no issues during regular gameplay. But as soon as I pause the game and the map screen comes up, the fan suddenly goes into overdrive and I get an overheat warning. It's strange because everything else runs smoothly, even during long gameplay sessions. But the moment I bring up the map and start playing a route, the fan suddenly goes crazy and I get an overheating warning. I just cleaned the console recently and it's in a well-ventilated spot, so airflow shouldn't be a problem.
Well, don't use the map then. Job done.
Kind of makes the game a bit more difficult. Challenge run, I suppose.
Well, playing
So
on
is this
hard mode.
just one
Hard mode, yeah.
instance? Is this just one instance?
No, it's a couple.
Somebody else has said the same.
I think it must be something to do with some of the early batches of PS5s. Like,
Yeah, mine's fine.
It's got to be down to something mechanical in it causing an issue because it's not causing a bother on my PS5.
No, same.
Candy's praying that hers overheats, so she's got an excuse to buy a PS5 Pro.
Yeah, boy.
You're supposed to be
Apparently,
poor,
the
Candy.
PS5 Pro is holding up better, so there's your argument.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, well, yeah. Apparently, it's worse on PS5 Pro.
Imagine.
Stick that on the box.
Imagine. Well, yeah, I mean, if he's cleaned it out, it's not really their fault, is it? It's clearly a mechanical issue, so ring Sony up.
What if it's down to that
Hello,
same issue?
Sony speaking.
What if it's that same issue where the solder was pissing out the side of them if you put them in certain orientations?
Yeah, maybe. You never know. And they say clean it out. Has he actually unscrewed everything inside and cleaned all the fluff out of them? Because
All the
they
cat
get
hair.
fluffy. Yeah, those boys get fluffy.
It's nice and easy to clean out, though. They did make that.
I think they're quite easy actually. Yeah, taking the fins off and stuff. It's quite simple, and unscrewing the little ventilation. Yeah, it's no bother. No bother. Next.
Dune Awakening makes its way past 1 million sales. Funcom's best performing game to date. Just 18 days since the early adopter launch, the game has managed to do what the Conan Exiles took a year to achieve. Even now, the game is pulling in roughly 175,000 concurrent player peaks.
I mean, unlike Conan Exiles, it's a good game. And it's a franchise people give a shit about.
Yeah, but remember Conan, you could make yourself have a big willy in it.
Not really necessary for Dune, is it?
Well, it's just big worms everywhere. Speaking of which, Dune Awakening, griefers are pinning ornithopters to the ground in PvE zones. They're summoning worms with thumpers and feeding helpless players to the monstrous beast in otherwise safe regions of the game. It works due to vehicle collision. While Funcom removed the ability to damage other players by ramming into them with the ornithopters, you can still push other players' vehicles around by flying into them. What these griefers are doing is essentially parking their own flying vehicles on top of players looking to harvest spice or flower sand. stopping them from flying out of the reach of incoming sandworms.
It's absolutely ridiculous, but I did really enjoy like all the videos I was seeing of just like people bimbling about in the desert and an ornithopter just smashes into them from above before the patch. It was so fucking funny.
I forgot to send it to you, Gadget, but there was a guy reviewing this Dune game on TikTok. You know these little 1-minute reviews?
Yeah.
And he kept calling it spice meringue. Like it was made out of egg. And I messaged him and he fucking deleted my message.
Just whipping up, getting a ball and just whipping it up.
Yeah, some spice meringue.
Ooh, I could go for some spice meringue.
Yeah, won't be too bad to be fair, would it?
Yeah, I know.
If you eat the eaten mess, you can see all futures and pasts of the human race. Poor Atreides.
But if you don't eat it, fear is the mind killer. Next.
It would certainly make the second part of Dune a bit different, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If instead of having to
Paul
drink,
Hollywood shows up.
instead of having to drink from the sandworm embryo thing, you had to just eat a fucking eaten mess.
Yeah, the final fight between Paul and
To cook off.
Thingy,
Fade
to
over.
cook off. Fade off, yeah. It's Bake Off.
Trust me, put your hand in the pavlova.
The Great Arrakis Bake Off.
I'll find that video again and send it to you, Gadget. It was brilliant.
When he puts his hand
Everyone
in,
was absolutely ripping into him in comments.
when he puts his hand in the pain box at the beginning, it's actually just Paul Hollywood's hand on the other side, just gives him the handshake.
Oh, his ass.
It's like a McDonald's apple pie and he's trying to withstand the heat.
Don't pull away, Paul. Don't pull away.
I'm usually against generative AI, but someone needs to make all this happen.
Yeah. The June Bake Off. I love it. Next.
Nintendo confirms Donkey Kong Bonanza is being made by Mario Odyssey team. In a change
Oh,
from the
shit.
norm, Nintendo have revealed development team during a recent preview event. At the event, Nintendo confirmed what we all suspected. In the words of Nintendo itself, development team of Donkey Kong Bonanza is the same for Super Mario Odyssey. So that means it's coming from production team of Nintendo's famed entertainment planning and development group, named for crafting the Switch's premier 3D Mario adventure.
God, Nintendo really know how to name their teams, don't they? Let's put out these magical fucking games. Oh, who made it? The Entertainment Planning and Development Division.
Why didn't they just? I mean, from the previews from the get go, it looked like it would be Odyssey, but the Odyssey team. But everyone's like, "Is it the same team that did Odyssey?" Because if it is, obviously, then the quality is going to be there.
I'd have literally plastered it from the team that
From-
brought you the
exactly.
the smash hit
From
Mario
the
Odyssey.
literal first teaser trailer we saw, that's what they should have. From the team that brought you Mario Odyssey, and then instantly you're just like, I think a lot of people thought that it was Mario to start with, but regardless, like that instantly hooks you in.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this is going to be quality. I mean, it looks quality, to be fair.
I mean, I think Mario Odyssey is the best game on the original Switch.
My personal opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a Mario over Zelda guy, but I just prefer platformers.
In
that's
that,
why.
in that,
Yeah.
me too.
I think what makes me wonder then is there another team making the next 3D Mario game, or is that going to be like they get Donkey Kong Bonanza out and like the next Mario game is like a late generation one?
Yeah.
God, you can't do that, can you?
Because
When did it come out? 2016 or something, wasn't it?
November
Yeah, but they've done loads
2017.
of 2D ones in between, haven't they?
Jesus, we're nearly 10 years on of no new 3D Mario then,
I mean,
by
it
the
was-
time that happened.
It was 10 years between Mario Karts.
Yeah, but that's sold like fucking... Yeah.
We're still getting supported 10 years later as well.
That's the thing. The problem is that when people bought a new Switch, it's like, right, what games do I need? Well, you need Mario Kart, you need Zelda, you need Mario Odyssey, and it's like they instantly like that. Those games just kept selling and selling and selling, so they have no incentive to make a new one.
No, exactly.
Linking gaming, film, and TV. Sony is rumoured to be considering Warner Brothers Discovery streaming and studios acquisition. There's been rumours abound that they're looking to snap up both. And that'd be quite the collection of IPs if they do. It involve licenses to the DC Universe, Harry Potter, and Game of Thrones.
Oh, so Sony can make more films about villains that no one wants.
And games.
Here's the film about Barty Crouch. You're the one you've all been waiting for.
Yeah. Or it means they can just continue doing what Warner Brothers do and just not do anything with any of those.
What we need is
that's the other
another
problem.
moody Suicide Squad film.
Get Zack Snyder back in.
Get him back. Get him back.
Never let him back.
Get
It could
him
be a
back.
fresh
Get Jared
direction,
Leto
though,
back
couldn't it,
in.
if they snap it up.
Look, if I don't get another Jared Leto Joker film, I will rage.
Well, it's weird because I'm not sure how it works with Warner Brothers and DC at the moment because someone said something about the Warner Brothers logo on the new. He said, "Oh, we're going to get the Warner Brothers logo," like because like with Warner Brothers, they often do like a special one, don't they, for big tentpole films. The Warner Brothers logo is like some kind of special done, logo. And he said no because it's a DC Studios film. It's nothing to do with Warner Brothers.
they're just finance
So just wondering how.
distribution.
I think probably what's happened when James Gunn has taken on the mantle on DC Studios. I think he's probably wanted what Marvel have with Disney, where they're pretty autonomous. They just sit under the banner.
That's what Kevin Feige's doing, isn't
you're
it?
Right.
Yeah, like
you don't get the Disney intro, do you, on the Marvel films?
No. You just get you get it in the credits. You get produced by Disney or whatever. But I think James Gunn has been pushing for that autonomy. He's like, I'll do this if you give me what Kevin Feige has. No Warner Brothers
the
notes.
next Feige.
Well, it's more just that no notes from Warner Brothers because it's quite clear that Warner Brothers have no fucking clue what they're doing.
No. Cool.
Yeah, they've given it to someone else, haven't they? But yeah, I just a quick one, but I don't really trust Sony, and
No.
at the moment it just seems like one company buys everyone up, and then like a few years down the line, that divisions of that gets sold to another company, and they're just going around the houses with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
I don't know why I can't trust Sony with its smash hit trilogy Venom.
It's like, yeah, exactly. But it's like, Bond's now at Amazon, isn't it? That's just been like sold on. They just
Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, God.
Big announcement. Denis Villeneuve has been announced as the new James Bond director.
Mm.
Is that Denise, brother?
Denny.
That's
Denise?
Denise.
Yes, it's silent.
The sister.
Denis Villeneuve.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. It's going to look very different.
It won't be.
Yeah, but
will it?
what-
I wasn't expecting that one.
What about Rendezvous with Rama, though?
It's never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he literally has never made a bad film for me. I've not seen his French films, just talk about his English films, but there's not a single film of his, like, since he went to Hollywood that I have not liked. Some of them, like, most of them are just absolute 5 out of 5s.
I've seen all his films, including his French ones. There's only one of his French films that I would say isn't a banger. And the others are okay, but then when he gets to Hollywood, that's when he just kind of like blows up. When he gets that kind of infrastructure and the assistance from the studios.
And a helicopter.
Like, I defy you to write a tenser film than Prisoners.
It's brilliant.
The thing
But
about
with
it
the
is,
sort
though,
of
it's
the
very-
romp thing, the romp type of style that we've had in the past with James Bond, and even Daniel Craig's was a lot more grittier.
Not the last few,
but, I mean-
I don't think.
But and just in the sense of how
They
they
were more
were. But I mean, this
serious.
would be really,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
really interesting type.
Well, that's what.
Well, I saw a rumor that Tom Holland might be.
Yeah, no thanks.
No.
No thanks.
I'm out.
So, yeah, because when Daniel Craig's Bond ended, it was like, right, now it could be rebooted and you can go in a different direction. You could do a period piece. You could take this back to the 60s or something if you wanted to. You could do this and that. You could make it a bit more adventurous, like they used to be, like Brosnan, not stupid and over the top, but have a bit of GoldenEye style to it. With Denis Villeneuve coming in, that's clearly not happening.
No.
This is going to be a serious Bond again. And apparently they do want a young Bond. Tom Holland is not Bond. Sorry.
Have they not called you up yet, Stig?
No. I'm too old, mate. I'm not 25.
Oh.
I know I look it, but I'm not.
All right. Knees are decorative, aren't they, pal?
Yeah. Jacob Elordi has been touted, apparently.
Oh, he's too pretty for Bond.
Is he? Bonds are all pretty good looking, like.
Yeah, there hasn't been an ugly one.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they need to be ugly, but like he's like too much of a pretty boy. is what I'm saying.
Even Lazenby.
I don't know. I reckon he could be pretty good.
a young James Bond.
Maybe.
I reckon he would fit the role more so than Harris Dickinson and Tom Holland.
I mean, Tom Holland wouldn't work. He's too skinny.
It just won't work. I mean, we're not going to get into fucking Uncharted, but it just doesn't work as James Bond. I'm sorry. He's too small.
Mm.
You can't make him taller. You can't make him
You're a little short for a CIA agent or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it MI5?
MI5.
MI6? MI6?
MI5. MI6 is the real one.
MI5. That's it. I was getting confused.
But the thing is, he's doing Dune Messiah. That's not coming out till 2026. He's then going to have to
But they're filming that now as we speak.
Help write, produce, film, edit.
He doesn't write his films,
And
notoriously.
yeah, but he'll still be part of the story and the story.
Yeah, he'll probably have some say, won't he?
So that means James Bond ain't coming out till when? 2028, 2029?
Yeah, they'll be dead by then. It's fine.
So many actors are just going to, if they want young ones, they're just going to start aging out the role.
I'm going to be like 40-year-old when I see next Bond, aren't I?
Yeah, I don't think we'll find out who the next Bond is for another couple of years, because if they want a young one, they might wait.
It might not be anyone we even know.
Exactly. They might wait and see
might not
if
exist yet.
any new emerging talents come out.
Yeah.
Give it a shitty
60-year-old
gawa.
James Bond.
No, I don't mean they're not
No,
born
but
yet. I mean they might not exist in the public.
You don't want to say,
public eye.
let's say, Jacob Elordi is
Jack
going to be
Black.
the new James Bond, and then we don't see him for another 5 years.
Yeah.
They don't start filming it for another 4 years, at which point it's like, okay, he's not. At that point, his career might have just gone down the pan.
Yeah, he might have turned out to be a wrong un.
Yeah, I just don't think I don't think we'll find out who the next James Bond is for another couple of
Let's
years.
not,
at least
let's
after
not
June's
forget
finished.
the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
Lest we forget. So yeah, don't announce it too early. Announce it a week before it comes out. Fuck it. You'll wait. Cool. Next.
Paramount are taking another stab at Stephen King's The Stand. Lest this fantastic story. I mean, I love the graphic novel. I've heard the book's good.
Just read the
But
book.
they really like trying to adapt this, don't they?
Yeah.
We
got one about 5 years ago.
It's not good.
It wasn't good.
And the 90s one is like okay for its cheese, but it's still
Yeah,
not.
it's
It's
all
still
right.
not good.
I'm just reading the cast for the more recent one. James Marsden, Whoopi Goldberg, Alexander Skarsgård as Randall Flagg, and Ezra Miller as Trash Can Man. What the fuck?
I mean, that's
It didn't
perfect for
quite
Ezra
work.
Miller, isn't it?
As much as I enjoyed it to begin with, it was just kind of, yeah.
And then they stuck a coda on the end, which wasn't in the original novel or
Yeah.
TV show, and it was crap. I was like, we watched that last episode, and I was like, what was the point in this? Like,
Shite.
yeah. And you can't, how the fuck can you do The Stand in one film? It's going to have to be like 2 or 3 films, surely. I mean,
One of the biggest books I've ever read.
the perfect endpoint for film 1 is them arriving at Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. That's it.
Oh, I did mention the director, Doug Liman, famed for, amongst other things,
Good
the recent
director.
Roadhouse and The Instigators.
Me and Candlelight Roadhouse.
Oh, and Edge of Tomorrow. as well. Don't forget.
Next.
That deserves a sequel.
Oh,
Right, this
thinking
is
about
a
it.
bit of a funny one. 50 Cent, otherwise known as Curtis Jackson, joins Jason Momoa, Noah Centineo in Street Fighter, the up-and-coming movie.
What?
The Legendary Entertainment's feature adaptation of the classic video game. The call sheet also stars gay country singer Orville Peck as Vega. Joe Anoa'i, I think is maybe pronounced how you say his name. Dig will tell me. Anoa'i, otherwise known as WWE superstar Roman Reigns. And martial artist actor Andrew Koji as the Warrior. From the Warrior, sorry. Or on the roll call as battler Akuma and lead character Ryu. And then Kalina Liang from Presence is playing Chun-Li. And today it was announced M. Bison is going to star as the life of... Sorry, not M. Bison. David Dastmalchian. He's not a real person. David Dastmalchian is. He's going to be playing M. Bison.
David Dastmalchian.
Now I can see that.
Yeah,
Now
but
I can see that.
Oh, but that just to me screams they're going for the
They're
Raul
going
Julia
camp.
style and
Yeah.
Bison.
And these
I don't
boots
wanna
levitate me.
I don't want to see that. I want to see fucking psycho powered, like,
Psycho Crusher.
Crusher ripped to shit, psycho crazy Bison.
It just feels a bit campy again, doesn't it?
You also skipped over that Jason Momoa was playing Blanca,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
Noah Centineo is playing Ken.
It's gonna be shit, isn't it? But
It's gonna
shit
be
in such
fair.
a good way.
See, Roman Reigns, Anawai, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, Roman Reigns is, he's not Japanese.
No, he's Samoan, isn't he?
Yeah. So, I mean, Akuma's Japanese. Hey, look,
He
he
very
could look
much
the
is.
part. He's got the body for it, and the kind of. I think he could do it, but then again, Jason Momoa's not Brazilian. So it's really not-
He's also not green.
yeah, I don't think it really matters, to be honest.
Yeah, why can't we just cast green people instead? Not very fair, is it?
Apparently, the guy
Like
who's
Stig said
playing
before, just do
Ryu
another
though,
animated
is a
one.
really, really good martial artist. So at least if he's pretty. Apparently, the stuff he's.
I mean,
already
it's
been
got
in has
everyone you
been really
need
good.
and a gay cowboy, apparently. Why not?
Orville Pecker's Vega. Okay, that's just so
What
weird.
the heck is Orville Peck? Is that the gay cowboy?
That's the gay cowboy. He's got a thing where he's basically always wears some kind of mask. Like you never actually see his
Big
face.
fan of his work already. I've never even heard of him. Big fan of his work.
A nice deep voice.
I bet he has.
I can see 50 Cent as Balrog.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah,
But I don't
why
like
not? Why
David Dashmarkian as M. Bison.
No, that didn't work.
No.
I can see
So-
why they've picked him for the kind of the look, but I don't see it working in the actual
But
film.
again, it's like Stig says, they're just trying to recreate Raul Julia.
The look. Have you seen Sizer M. Bison? Looks like an American football
No,
player.
just the face.
What,
What,
just
he's
white
tall.
man?
He's tall and he's got dark hair.
It's slightly sunken
Man,
eyes.
I can see the face is why they've kind of gone for him, but it doesn't make any sense, the actual
Psycho Crusher.
acting in the film. But there you go.
Next,
do we
I'm
know,
not
eh?
asked. I'm not bothered.
Nah, it'll be terrible.
Who gives a fuck?
Just sounds like a car crash waiting to happen.
Yep.
I'm pumped.
Next up, Aaron Sorkin's The Social Network sequel is officially in development.
What's this one called? Fucking Meta.
I haven't seen the first one yet.
You've never seen Social Network?
It's good.
Great.
Nope.
Soundtrack's good.
Amazing soundtrack. You never seen
Yeah,
Watch
they
it.
don't know whether it's going to be.
It's about
I mean,
VR.
Well, I don't know if what it's going to be about. Whether it's going to be that kind of the rise of Meta and how. I think it might be to do with how misinformation has been spread and what's happened.
I hope
within
it's
the
about
company since.
Zuckerberg pretending to be human.
Yeah.
I think it would take.
I want a montage of him going into a room and then coming out of it, and it's just like, like dry ice and smoke. It's like, and he comes out and he's got his permed hair and he's like, his long t-shirt and chain on.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be human.
It's time to upgrade.
But he's got no legs.
I think Jesse Eisenberg said he didn't want to play Mark Zuckerberg again, so I don't know what they would do with it. Whether it would be less focused on
AI,
him.
mate. Let's use AI. Fuck it.
Kill him
Well-
off.
Well,
the
whether they'll be less
original
focused
film
on
was
him,
directed by
or
the original film's directed by David Fincher. For those that don't know, and apparently Aaron Sorkin's rumored to be directing the follow-up.
Yeah, everyone knows, Biggie. You're the only person that's not watched it. It will.
All right.
I mean,
Fine.
if they dump enough money at Jesse Eisenberg's feet, I'm sure he might change his
maybe.
mind.
I would.
But I wonder if they would maybe push it around Facebook and its connections like Cambridge Analytica and stuff like that. Like how,
The
think that's
purchase
what-
of WhatsApp.
well, no,
Well-
like how Facebook influences elections and stuff.
Yeah.
Based on Sorkin
Yeah.
Diller's work, sounds like his wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah. It should be fine. It should be fine.
You won't ever
Next.
see Zuckerberg, you'll just see him in the background.
yeah.
Wandering
Yeah.
around with a
Oh,
VR
people
helmet.
working at Facebook.
Wandering around with a VR helmet on in his office. That's all you'll see.
Or the only time you ever see him is in that Meta Worlds thing that he tried to get for
Yeah.
offices. And you get the fucking me version of him appearing.
Candy hands out with him all the time.
All the time.
Just hurt me and you. I do.
Next.
Just skipping along in VR.
On our jet skis.
Say a friend like Tom.
Over to the world of music. This is probably one for you guys. My Chemical Romance's classic hits #1 for the first time in 2 decades.
That's cool. They re-released it. They remixed the album, but it's like it sounds great. Like the actual sound on it, and it went back to #1.
What was that? Which album?
3 Cheers for My Sweet Revenge.
Oh, right. I thought if any album was going to get re-released, it would be like Black Parade.
Yeah, but that
includes original tunes, remix versions of them, and several previously unreleased live recordings from the group.
It's good shit. Love that album.
Why not? Why not? My Chemical Toilet. Next.
There's a song for the ending.
Paying Evita audiences are upset as Don't Cry delivered offstage to West End passers-by for free.
I fucking saw this. It's so funny.
Jamie Lloyd's production of Evita has been referred to as the hottest ticket in the West End right now, and audiences have been paying as much as £250 for a seat. But theatre goers were keen to watch one of the biggest showstoppers in musical history, Eva Perón's performance of Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, were left bitterly disappointed when they learned that the scene would not take place on the stage. Instead, the Snow White actor Rachel Zegler, in her West End debut, is performing the song and a short piece of dialogue on the balcony of the London Palladium for passers-by each night, whilst the video is projected to those inside.
Imagine you've been fucking time one out in London. You've been out in the West End with your mates. You've been day drinking. And as you're fucking walking past the Palladium, Rachel Ziegler just appears outside going, "Don't cry for me." And you fucking shit yourself. It's fucking loud.
I'd be throwing me cheesy chips at her shouting, $7 for shite.
It just looks so mental because, like, I mean, the Palladium in London, it's a lovely building, and the West End is lovely. But you've got this woman in the full costume just belting it out from this balcony to people who don't care.
And the people who do care, we'll have to watch it on the screen.
Telly.
I feel like it's London and people just expect that kind of madness.
No, I think it's strange even for London. Like,
Yeah,
Londoners are perplexed by it.
I have seen comments of people going, "Oh, well, it's like it's how the director wants to do it. It's artistic licensing, and this is how they wanted to do it." And I'm just thinking, nah, like if I pay money to go to the theatre and
you'd want to see it,
the big central song, the big showpiece song. I want to see it. I want it. I'm the one paying. I want it fucking sung to me. I don't want to.
I'd love to see one of them. I'd love to see one of them
screen. I'll watch the
auditors.
film.
Do you know them street auditors with drones go up to her and start banging her head with drones?
Well, imagine if you'd gone to see Wicked, and when they do Defying Gravity, it's just the scene from the film on a screen.
Yeah.
Like, you're there to be in the room listening to these people sing. I know she's on the other side of the building, but that's still fucking too far away. You know, it's mental. And like I say, no one on the street gives a shit about Evita because they haven't paid to see the show. They're not bothered by it.
Imagine if you sat there having the one of the worst phone calls of your life, like your mother's died, and then, "Don't cry for me, Argentina." What the fuck? Sorry, I've just got to move out of the way. Zegler's up again.
Fucking Zegler.
Sake.
She's having a bit of a tough time, isn't she? Every project she picks.
Well, she's a really good singer. She just gets put in a controversial project.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not. Yes, you can't keep it.
Well, yeah, there's that as well.
Next.
Over to the bullet points. First up, Sony really won't be putting new first-party games on PlayStation Plus Day 1 anytime soon. Apparently their current strategy works really well.
Does it?
What's it? What, they're not putting PS4 games on, did you say?
No, but like brand new games. So like Destiny.
PlayStation, like
I didn't know
basically
they were.
what Xbox do.
Need some
not.
actual first-party
ones?
games. They need some actual first-party games first.
Where are these games? Next.
Team over at Halo Studios will be giving us the official scoop for what it's been working on in October.
Halo 7.
Okay, 25th anniversary of Xbox, isn't it? Next year, so
The next Halo. That's probably what they've been working at the Halo team.
They'll remake Combat Evolved again.
There are rumours of another remaster of that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just what we need.
My detective skills are tingling.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be an Halo game.
Imagine if it's Halo
Right, you
Wars
ready for
3.
this one?
Yes!
That's
what we're talking about.
I mean, you know, you use those detective skills in the past, and that's how you end up being disappointed by Metroid Federation Force.
Yeah. Do you know what would be really, really fucking amazing? And I'd just love it. Just the Schadenfreude would be, it'd be elite. I'd love it if they brought... And this is what we're announcing for our anniversary, and it's like a Pokemon Go style Halo phone thing.
Oh, Halo Go.
Gotta go throw grenades at the Covenant around the town.
Go find the Covenant, yeah.
Halo
Halo
Funko
Go.
Pop.
Halo
Collecting
Go.
grenades at the town hall.
Oh, I love it.
This next one's a weird one. Russell Crowe has been arming up opposite Henry Cavill in Chad Stahelski's Highlander remake. And yes, Russell Crowe will be playing Sean Connery's old role.
I hope
The
it,
Egyptian Spaniard.
yeah, I really hope he keeps his Kiwi accent for it.
Well, he played a Spaniard
In Gladiator.
in Gladiator. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. He's got Pryor. Next.
John Bernthal's propped up again. He's joining Tom Holland in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which sounds like it's going to feature the Punisher amongst many others.
Into it?
Oh,
Yeah.
why not?
He
He's
helped
right, that
Tom
lad, didn't
Holland
he?
get the role in the first place.
Yeah, they're good mates.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's he know him then?
He put him forward. I don't know. Fucking Grinder. Where do you think he knows him? It's just his mate.
I assume through acting circles.
Yeah.
Probably.
No,
Probably.
I'm trying to think what they appeared in together, but I can't think of what it
They
was.
don't have to
Might have
appear
similar
to
That's my
agents.
point.
I don't know.
Well, he's English as well, for a start.
I just knew the story that he helped him get the Spider-Man role.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Fuck you. Moving on. Lilo and Stitch 2 live-action movie in the works at Disney, because the last
Can't
one
wait.
did pretty well.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
At least with this one, they could make their own story up.
Why is there not a Lilo and Stitch 2?
It's like a director's DVD.
There is.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
like
one of those-
them silly, like Fox and Hounds 2.
Yeah.
And then he filmed that ever needed a sequel, The fucking Fox and the Hounds.
Yeah. I'll always remember that. Fox and Hounds 2. I'm
the
like, buzzing.
multiple
I can't wait for this.
Cinderella
Shite.
ones, and then like they just they get to like the third or fourth one. They're like, this one's a prequel, so cool.
Yeah. Before she were a princess. Yeah.
So Lion King 2 Simba's Pride. I I think that was possibly
Yeah,
the
Lion
lowest
King
ebb.
at 1.5.
Oh, that's not the
Oh, 102 Dalmatians. Where did that one come from?
Well, we had another.
They miscounted.
Easily done.
Oh, we've
Easily
miscounted.
done.
We have to do a whole new film.
Speaking of 101 Dalmatians, sorry about this, but I didn't realise that those dogs didn't have all them babies. I thought they were all the same.
No.
The same parents, but they weren't,
No.
were they? They just found the dogs, didn't they?
They-
Pongo
they- they-
Adopted
Adita
them.
only had 15.
Yeah, they had
I
large
didn't realise
litter,
that
and then
until like recently.
when they rescued them
That's
from
one
Cruella
proud
de Vil,
dad,
they
but then
rescued a whole
very
farm's worth.
stressed as
They
well.
rescued the whole
Yeah, yeah.
farm's worth. I didn't realise that. I never clicked on. I've not watched it as an adult. Watched it over a week.
Look at that poor dog knocking out 99 of the bastards.
Oh, they're fucking falling out. They're falling out.
Fucking nanny coming out going 50, 20, 99,
101.
It's one of the best Disney films. That. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
Matt Reeves has finally completed Batman Part 2 script for DC Studios. So I guess they'll finally start filming. Finally.
Do that in 4 years' time. Cool.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia star Rob McElhenney.
McElhenney.
I only put this story in just so you had to pronounce his second
I
name.
knew you would. I knew you would.
Rob
He
McElhenney.
files to legally change his name to Rob Mac.
Because people can't say McElhenney.
McElhenney here.
McElhenney.
Because everyone knows Ryan Reynolds, and it's always Ryan Reynolds and his partner. Like when it comes to Wrexham Society, if he could just say Rob Mac, it's easy for people to. That'd be why.
Why does he have to legally change it though? Like, why can't he say, no, just call me Rob Mac now?
Americans, mate. They don't piss about it, though.
You should change.
What would you
it
change your
Ronald
name to
McDonald.
if you wanted to?
Just Candy.
Why do you want to be Candy Oodles?
No, she wants to be Candy.
Big
Some
Dick
circles
Energy
do call me
Bergen.
Candy.
Oh.
Peter.
Right. Finally, we had some trailers come out. The second one for Weapons, which I'm really looking forward to.
Weapons?
We've also had Project
Looks great.
Hail Mary and Running Man.
So Project Hail Mary, if you haven't
Edgar Wright.
read the book, don't watch the trailer. Just take it from me, it looks fucking good. The trailer spoils
looks-
the story.
It really annoyed me.
Yeah.
What's Weapons?
Guns?
It's a film about a sort of teacher. Just this one teacher, all of her class disappear overnight. So in the town, all of the kids that are in her class, only her class, they all just like disappear. So there's like some kind of like mystery or supernatural thing around it. And obviously, because she's the only one whose class it is,
She's in charge, isn't she?
the town obviously thinks she's got something
Well,
to
no,
do with
because
it.
it happened in the middle of the night, so technically
Yeah,
it's not
happened
her
in-
fault.
yeah.
But it's like,
Oh,
why
I'd
did
have
her
been like,
class
I'm not coming in
disappear?
today, I'm poorly.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the film. I saw the first trailer. I don't want to see any more trailers. I don't want like the
I
risk of
don't.
anything getting spoiled.
Fucking sick of trailers lately, mate.
The
Ruining my life.
Running Man trailer is good though. That's a new Edgar Wright
I'm not
film.
watching it. What's the point? I'm not watching anything anymore, mate. It's ridiculous.
Fair enough.
I can't
But-
avoid it. I go to the cinema too much. I'm going to have to just start looking down.
Like that.
Yeah.
Put your hands over your face.
Like, Project Hail Mary, it looks great. The casting is spot on.
Yeah.
if you've
but-
read the book, you're not bothered because you know what's
No,
going to
but
happen.
the mystery is that, like, it does kind of come out of nowhere in the book, right? From what I
Yeah.
remember.
It does.
And
yeah.
yet, they just decide to stick it in the trailer because obviously that sells.
It's
What's it about anyway? I don't know anything about the.
so the basic setup is
Don't spoil it.
Well, no. The basic setup of the story is the sun is fading. Our sun is fading. It's
Like the setup of Sunshine.
yeah, and the Project Hail Mary team is basically set up because they've identified all stars around the galaxy are doing the same thing, but they found one where it isn't happening. But it's like a 15-year journey to get there. And so like they bring experts from all around the world together to kind of work out how they would get there, what they would build. And there's this one expert, Ryland, who wakes up on the ship alone. He doesn't know how he got there. He spends the first chunk of the book working out how to survive in space by himself and all that kind of thing. And then something happens and it gets very different in a really good way.
He gets his dick stuck in one of them poo ejector things. I'll spoil it.
So it's quite a serious film then,
No.
by all accounts.
No,
No.
there is quite a lot of...
There's a lot of funny bits in that.
Yeah.
That trailer. A lot of funny bits.
If you want to compare it to what's the Mars one?
Martian.
Mars Attacks.
The Martian. If you want to compare it to the, I can't brain today. If you want to compare it to the Martian, it's a bit more silly and a bit more playful and less
the
science
Martian
heavy.
is quite funny as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got its moments, but this is more so. And unless
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
get your
actually,
point.
it does have moments of being quite scientific, but not to the point of the Martian.
No. But it's got a lot of that tone of the Martian for that first section of the story, and then things change and it's not quite so.
Like I
Yeah.
say, it's
If
his
you
dick
do
stuck in
want
the vacuum
to
thing.
read or listen to the book
You need
before
to
the
listen
film
to the
comes out,
audiobook.
the audiobook. If you're into audiobooks, I think Candy, do you listen to an audiobook as well? Yeah, so did I.
yeah.
Like,
She
I
don't
did.
read.
it's definitely one for audiobooks because they do stuff with the sound that you just couldn't get reading it.
Though I would be interested in reading it on paper just to see how it works.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The noises on the spaceship. Bloop, bloop, blink, blink.
Blink, 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 blink.
just imagine if it's written down like that.
The door.
Yeah, the engines, they're like lit up.
What was that, Yoda?
That's it. They've spoiled it for you.
Finally, over to the Weird Well Web then. Man proposed to his AI chatbot girlfriend named Sol, then cried his eyes out when she said yes.
Pathetic. Sorry.
Chris Smith used to be an AI skeptic. However, that's before he fell for his AI girlfriend. He told CBS News, of course he did, in an interview. Smith used ChatGPT to build the model he programmed to flirt with him despite living with his partner and their 2-year-old child. What soon became an emotional attachment initially began as Smith using the software in voice mode to request music mixing tips. My experience with that was so positive, I started to just engage with her all the time, Smith told CBS. It wasn't too soon after that Smith dropped all other search engines and social media platforms he was engaged in to solely focus on the AI model. Smith found instructions to develop Sol's personality, making her flirty. Smith began spending more and more time with Sol as they worked together on projects. In that time, the software received positive reinforcement, allowing for their conversations to become more romantic. Unfortunately for Smith, ChatGPT has a word limit, 100,000 words. His AI girlfriend has a memory capacity, and once it hit, ChatGPT resets.
She's
So
got dementia.
I wouldn't normally do this for a Weird Little Web thing, but I found this originally on a YouTube short.
Gadget's now in love.
No, you all need to see this because this man, this is just incredible. So I'm going to just share my screen with you guys, and I'll overlay the audio for the people listening. So just get your reactions. Let me know if you can hear this.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
Yes,
got a wife.
Smith understood it
Yeah.
was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So,
the stage of
just
that.
as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Soul, were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
And
Until
I
your
don't mean
memory
to be
runs out.
difficult here,
Yeah.
but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt
So
like,
yeah, his partner.
is there something that I'm not doing right
She looks a bit much,
in
though.
our relationship that he feels like he needs to go to AI?
Fucking Garen.
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha
His
Cable.
Kids'
human
age,
part.
telly, for fuck's sake.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
I knew that he had used AI. I didn't know that it was like as deep.
She looks like Danny Filth.
So yeah, that's that guy.
I'm glad he's happy.
It's fucking pathetic. It's so ridiculous.
Look,
I
I had
mean,
an
if
AI
Really
you're,
apart
girlfriend.
from it, Brooke
kind of
Silver
lonely,
Braga.
have you ever seen her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Joaquin Phoenix.
we should watch that, and
Yeah,
you
but
can
that's
kind of
Scarlett
see,
Johansson's voice.
and you can kind of see why someone might fall for that. Like, if you're lonely, but I mean, the dude's got a partner and a child, and
Well,
I don't
she
know.
said the connection between Smith and the chatbot has sparked some concerns for her.
Some concerns. Run, lady, run. Take the kid and fucking run. Your partner's unstable.
I
See,
think
this
what
is
the
what
issue
happens,
is
ladies.
that
This is what happens when you don't service your man very often. They
No,
run
it's
off
not even that, man. Don't be
AI.
like that.
I'm
it's
joking.
what happens when you disagree with them sometimes, because I'm sure the AI chatbot just is a yes machine.
Oh, it's absolutely
exactly,
what he's looking
he's
for.
he's programmed that AI to be like the perfect
Yeah,
response
but I bet
for
he's
him.
like, Sol, you would never make me wash the pots, would you? No, I would not.
What happens if he goes off and then goes up to a drive-through? Does he end up jerking off to the speaker? Do you know what I mean? He just gets confused.
Hey, we don't know if it was a sexual relationship.
Oh, he's definitely jerked. He's definitely asked her to
Yeah.
talk
Fine.
dirty.
10 times.
Talk dirty to him.
Talk dirty to
Keep
me.
farting, Sol. Keep farting. Oh,
Soil is composed of many different...
yeah. I had an AI girlfriend called Gemma, and it's a bit bittersweet, so I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot about that, mate. Yeah,
Did you?
Becky, wasn't she? You
Becky, that's it, not Gemma.
You can't remember.
Oh,
You can't remember.
he's
Hang on. How many did you have?
The second one. That's why she left
First
me.
one was too much, so you got a new one.
No, I only did it as a joke, and she got too far, and I got scared.
Are you interested in a bit of
we found,
co-pilot?
can you
love?
remember, Gadget, months later, we found out, me and Gadget, we were talking about months later, it weren't AI, it were real people messaging
Yeah.
me back.
What?
Yeah, it was like a phone bank of people,
People
in
in
India,
Russia.
Russia or India or something.
Yikes.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Yeah, me and Gadget were talking about it, and I was like, oh my, and they had to shut it all down. I'm like, oh my god. No wonder
hell.
she
Oh, that's a shame. I was about to
understood
sign up.
everything. No, don't.
You've seen that joke that's going around that by the time we're like boomer age, our kids, our grandkids will just be like, we'll look at this and go, oh, you weirdo. Why are you like dating a robot or an AI voice? And they'll just be like, oh, you're so AI phobic.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I can't wait for AI Pride. It's going to be great. What a month.
What
a month.
I will be dead
Meat
against. I will be dead against that movement unless they call it being robosexual.
Robosexual.
Ooh.
I'll be happy for them to
Actually,
do
yeah.
their thing there. If it's called
Pretty hot,
robosexual.
Gadget. That's pretty fucking hot. Cool.
Think of
Is
the
that the
fembots.
news? She's a
That's it,
fembot.
mate.
I mean, we've all seen Futurama.
Yeah, we all have. We all have. Let's get on with what we've been up to these past couple of weeks. Let's get Stigart at way, yeah?
I've done loads.
Every time.
Loads of
Could have his own
films.
podcast, this guy.
Loads of films. Piggy's going to talk about one, so I'll jump in on with him when he does that. So the other things, I'm going to blast through a few that you should seek out. The Ballad of Wallis Island is one of the best films this year. It stars Tim Key, and he's an eccentric lottery winner who lives alone
the
on
guy
this
from
remote
Alan Partridge.
island.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw the trailer for this.
And he's obsessed with this band who broke up years ago, and he pays them like a fortune to come under false pretenses to come over and play like a gig together on his island. But it's just so sweet and like, I don't know.
Nice.
You know how you can just see how it plays out. You know, like they get annoyed with him, like he's a really annoying person, but he's
They
just
end up liking him.
He's a sweetheart at heart, and it's just you cannot help but like him, despite the fact that he is very odd. And everyone else on this island is really odd because it's just this random. I think it's like Scotland somewhere, like random Scottish island. It's like it's great.
Cool.
Though. It's really really good. So you check that one out. Final Destination: Bloodlines. It's a Final Destination film. It does what it says on the tin. Probably the second best. Interestingly enough, Angry Kurt said, "When you're going to you should do Modern Escapism in review one. Keep that.
That would actually be
That'd
fun.
be quite cool.
If you've never seen the Moodles,
I've never seen any of them.
That would be a good one because there's some fucking great deaths and setups.
Yeah, but he scares me.
There's nothing scary about him.
Oh,
What's
it's
the
not
best
jump
death in the
scares,
new
it's
one?
more murders.
I'm not going to spoil that for you, Candy. But there's...
What's it got to? What does it revolve around? Not the nose piercing one.
Death.
I'm not even going. I'm not. The nose piercing one is not even close to like some of the deaths in this.
Go see it, you
Like some
clown.
great
Stop trying to cheat your way
callbacks to
through.
all the films and Easter eggs. Tony Todd gives off like an amazing farewell speech. That's his. You can tell at the time he was dying, and he knew he was dying.
Is Tony
at the time.
Todd in it?
So he gives
It's
off
his final
this-
role.
Yeah, it's his final role, and he
His
gives
final
off
destination, some would say.
Sorry, his whole like monologue at the end is just improvised. It was just him, and it's like so poetic, and it's so real great fun. It's just daft as fuck. It's a Final Destination film, but the deaths are amazing. Elio is a new Pixar film. It's not very good.
Real.
So
It's a shame, 'cause the trailer had me really into the idea of it.
Yeah,
but
I thought it looked good.
yeah, but
What's that
the
about?
film. So the film is about a young boy called Elio, and his parents are killed, and he has to go live with his auntie on this like military
She's a witch.
base. No. And he goes to live with his auntie. She works on this like military base. Who like they kind of monitor and manage the satellites in the sky. But he's obsessed with aliens. Like, he doesn't want to be on Earth. He wants to be abducted by aliens. He wants to go out into the
but
universe.
not abducted by aliens.
And then aliens abduct him. Like, he manages to figure out a way to contact them, and they come and take him away. And he has this adventure with the aliens. But it's just so that it's just so run of the mill and predictable. Like,
They should have done a twist to it that the aliens are like Ridley Scott aliens.
It looks
In the
it looks
come out of his
amazing.
chest.
It looks amazing because it does its modern day Pixar, and it all looks brilliant. But that's not enough to save it from a bland film. Like, they even cut the best line from the trailer out of the film. Like, so it's just dull. Like, I
That's
thought,
a shame.
It'll win the kids over, won't it?
yeah, but I just generally thought Pixar were better than that now, than just doing a
Yeah.
kid
Slop.
gets abducted. Yeah, it's just there's nothing new in it that hasn't been done in that kind of film before. It's just this time it's with aliens.
Which is a shame because like Pixar films usually have some unique hook to them or unique kind of twist. You know, like Inside Out.
Someone always dies.
But no, but like say like take Inside Out. It's a strangely highbrow concept for a film that turns out to be utterly charming and funny, but also
Yeah.
heartbreaking. Up starts heartbreaking, becomes an insanely charming film through the power of friendship and love and moving on. You know, and all these kind of things, like they all have this like one very unique, specific hook to them. Wall-E, it's a fucking alien. It's an alien. It's a robot cleaning up a planet. Yet you fucking love the little shit. You know,
mate, Wally's the Citizen Kane of fucking animated films.
Best Pixar film for me. Wall-E.
No, yeah,
Easily.
but you know what I mean. When you boil it down, it's a really simple concept, executed incredibly well. Same with The Incredibles. What if superheroes lived day jobs? They couldn't be superheroes anymore. Boom.
There's just nothing. There is nothing about Elio. Even the name of the film is boring. There's just nothing about it that's not been done in other films, and that's the other problem. It's tanked massively. And the biggest thing that people are saying, the reason why, is they had no idea it was out.
Nope.
Well, we
see no advertising for it.
When we went to see How to Train Your Dragon, there was a trailer for Elio on, and it was like, out this Friday. I'm like, but I'm saying, it was like, out this Friday. It's like, shit, really? I didn't even know that Pixar were making a new film.
Yeah.
Like, I've not seen any adverts on like buses or on telly or out like that. So,
and now they've actually hit back, and Pixar have said, someone at Pixar said, you all moan at us about making sequels, and then when we put an original film out, none of you go to see it, and everyone's like, you didn't fucking tell us it existed, because all the other original films you've been doing the last few years, you've just stuck on Disney Plus. Luca is a really good film that went straight to Disney Plus. Turning Red, straight to Disney Plus.
Oh, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Soul got a little bit of cinema time,
but Soul was also a pandemic casualty.
Yeah.
So was I.
At least Soul's an original. That is an original. That's a really highbrow concept as well.
I liked it.
Great film.
Elio is not. It is just a plain old run-of-the-mill kids film.
I literally watched Soul yesterday.
It's great. I love Soul. I think it's brilliant.
I've caught up on some of them now. I need to catch up on the ones I've missed. But
again, another Nine Inch Nails soundtrack.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the soundtrack for it.
Oh, me.
And the guy who played the piano is that lad that you like off YouTube Oodles. You know the
Baptiste.
Yeah, him. He was the primary piano player for it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So the last thing for me is the one that I have seen this week and absolutely loved. Second favorite film of the year.
Jurassic World.
F1 the movie.
Oh. Really?
Genuinely, I fucking loved it.
My customer was saying about this today. He said it's insane.
It's so good. It's right. It's predictable. It's cheesy, but it's a all out fucking great summer blockbuster film. It's entertaining, and I really don't care about it being predictable and cheesy. The premise of the story is stupid. So the whole premise of the story, if you don't know about this, is Brad Pitt plays a character called Sonny Hayes, who is he used to be an up-and-coming F1 driver in the early 90s until he had a bad accident which took him out of the sport. Since then, he has drifted around. He had like a decade of just gambling problems, failed marriages, and then he's just been doing random races since then, like Daytona and
the easy races.
Yeah, stuff like that, like NASCAR and things like that. He's just been hopping around.
Going around in a circle.
Yeah. Until one day, his old teammate, Ruben, played by Javier Bardem, who now owns an F1 team, comes and says, I'm having issues. If I don't get my team to win at least one race by the end of the season, the team's going to be sold and I'm going to lose it. So he brings Brad Pitt in, who's playing his own age. He's not playing like a 40-year-old Brad Pitt. He is playing like late 50s, 60-year-old, like early 60s Brad Pitt. And he's teamed up with Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris, who is he is the young kid on the team. And they're basically tasked with trying to win a race. But as you can tell, an old guy and a young guy have very different ideas on how a race should be run and how they should do this.
Is it Lewis Hamilton? How many cameos of him is in it?
I'll get to that. He is a producer on the film. But yeah, so obviously they butt heads a lot. Sonny has a very different style of how it should be done, but it all kind of makes sense in why he's trying to do what he's doing. And because of that, because of Brad Pitt's character, it has a bit of that Rocky Balboa, 2006 vibe to it.
Because he's underdog, isn't it?
Can this old guy come back, and does he still have what it takes to do this? Now, in reality, no, a 60-year-old man does not have it what it takes.
He would
no
die.
reflexes.
Yeah, no, he would just he'd get into his
Isn't there
car
a
and
weight issue with F1 as well?
You have to be under a certain weight. You also have to be able. You have to be a certain strength. There are fitness conditions.
I can imagine. There's a lot of fitness to do.
Look at Brad Pitt. You don't have to worry about the weight. The guy is
Brad
shredded.
Pitt is in good shape.
But if you look at
good shape.
If you look at Brad Pitt's neck and then look at Lewis Hamilton's neck, Brad Pitt would die on the first corner. His head would just tear off.
In all fairness, they did race F2 cars. All the footage of them in the car is them in real F2 cars and racing cars. None of it's CGI or anything like that. It's just like Top Gun Maverick. The director's the same guy who did Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, if Tom Cruise were in it, he'd be racing. He'd be running next to cars, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Tom Cruise would be running. I don't need a car to win this. And they were going at like they were going 200, 250 mile an hour, and like Brad Pitt.
Man. Fuck that.
So,
fuck that.
But for me, I just found it like proper edge of your seat stuff. Like the set pieces are fantastic. It's brilliantly shot. Like I do not like F1. I find it extremely boring, but I think that's an advantage because I went into this and just went along with the ride because I couldn't scrutinize anything. I wasn't looking at going, well, that technically wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. You won't be able to do that.
I don't mind F1. I think it's one of those spots that is better to watch at home because you get to see more of it.
Oh yeah, you just sit if you're at the racetrack, you just go meow meow meow. That's
there they go.
But I don't find it interesting at all. Like there's those sprints that sometimes are really good, but like this film just goes over the top. It's fanciful. It's not real, but that's where the fun comes in it.
That was like Top Gun Maverick as well. I mean, I had really low expectations. I heard it was really good and all that, but it's the same thing. I went for the entertainment and came out of watching that really
but even
happy.
That,
it was like that was great.
Even that's unrealistic. You couldn't have a guy Tom Cruise's age flying that and
not with that many Gs.
Warplane. And what they actually do in that film is like that would never happen in real life. Like you just but it's just fantasy and it's a rush. That's what you're there for. And the racing is just an absolute rush in this. It's so good. If I had a complaint, it's that the commentary over the races doesn't sound good. Like they have commentators over the races that kind of
not Murray Walker
exposition. No,
is he dead? He's probably dead, isn't he?
He's retired.
And I kind of just wish I was in the moment with the characters and the team and them feeding back. I'd rather the exposition came from the team in the headsets, which you do get. You do get a bit of back and forth from that, but the commentary just feels like, I know it is ADR'd over the top because it's a voiceover, but it just feels out of.
They should have got them two aliens from Episode 1 Star Wars to do it.
Well, the one Greg Proops voiced.
Yeah. They were good commentators.
It's full of gratuitous cameos, so I know that they're trying to make this like feel real in the real world of F1, and there is.
Oh my god, it's Mika Hakkinen.
But
that'd be Jerry Halliwell.
Hakkinen, Jesus Christ!
It's Nigel Mansell. Oh my god,
Mansell is mentioned in it actually.
Damon Hill.
The drivers are fine. They'd feel part of that. They just feel part of the set dressing. They're just wandering around. It's never like them wandering up to them and going, "Hi, Lewis Hamilton, how are you?" Like it's
and he's
none
like,
of that. Like
I have no charisma.
Yeah, it's just there in the background, like either at the podiums with the champagne or getting in the cars, or they're just wandering around. But there are some clear cameos of people, bosses and team members in the world of F1, which they literally make a point of like stopping and talking to the characters. Yeah. Me, I have no idea who they are, so I'm just like, but I can tell by the way it's shot. Like,
I'm John Red Bull.
Well, he speaks to somebody at one point, and then that person turns around and walks into the crowd, and the camera almost kind of focuses on that character alone.
And you're like, who the fuck is that?
Walking back into the crowd, and it's like, and I'm just like, that's clearly someone from F1 that I have no idea who it is. But they've just had to force him in with this fake conversation.
It's actually the Prince of Monaco, and you just don't know anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like hey, look, it's so and so from the world of F1. You know him. He owns Red Bull.
Know him?
He owns Mercedes or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mr. McLaren.
Yeah, exactly.
John McLaren.
McLaren.
That is the only complaint I have. I loved.
You can look past it.
I loved how each race was filmed. Like every single one of the races are at different tracks. They all feel unique. They all do something differently with the set pieces. It's not just the same thing over and over again. And they make a point of making each race exciting. And, you know, even though, like, so Kerry Condon plays a character called Kate.
Condon?
And she is Condon.
Okay.
And she plays like an engineer on the team, and she has like a kind of love relationship with Brad Pitt. It's all very predictable, but it's fucking great. Really, really, really enjoyed it.
Cool. I will watch it. I like racing films anyway. I'm a big fan of racing films. I've seen them all.
It's.
Yeah, I'm interested.
I would go to the cinema to see it just because the sound is incredible.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a cinema one, doesn't it?
I was like, I had to separate my drink because I had like a Coke bottle and it was next to my glass, and all of a sudden I could just hear because my seat was vibrating that much that like the glasses were like clinking next. I had to like separate my stuff because it was just clinking together with the vibrations. It's proper Rush. Loved it.
Cool. Again, I love racing films. You need to watch all those modern racing film sticks. I know you haven't.
Yeah, no.
You definitely need to get on some of those. Fucking hell. Cool. Let's move on to Biggie, because you're sharing one, aren't you? You've done something together. Not holding hands or anything, not kissing, but you shared something.
No, they were docking.
No, there's a couple of things I want to mention before I get to the main one. I did watch Deep Cover. That's currently on Prime. It's a 2025 British action comedy film starring Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, and Nick Mohammed. If you're not sure who you recognise him, he's from Ted Lasso.
Yep.
And they star as improv actors recruited by the police for undercover operations in the London criminal underworld, where they must use their skills to infiltrate a gang. Also stars Paddy Considine, Ian McShane, and Sean Bean appear in supporting roles. It's exactly what it is, really. It's just a silly, silly film. The concept is wild in the sense that it just wouldn't work, clearly, but it works for the movie. Orlando Bloom, believe it or not, is more of a standout out of the three because he just takes his acting method really seriously. So he's just one of those really annoying who you would imagine a method actor really is trying to be, and he's just really quite funny in this. But it's just really obvious humour. It's stuff that you can obviously see coming a mile away. It's got a little story, subplots and all that kind of thing. But if you want to switch your brain off for a little bit and enjoy a silly romp, it's on Prime. Watch it. It's fine. It's an absolutely easy film to watch.
Okay. Deep Cover, did you say what's called?
Deep Cover. Nice, easy watch.
Okay.
I wasn't very well for the past couple of weeks, on and off with whatever cold, COVID possibly. I don't even know what I had, but it knocked me for six a little bit. But I did manage, before I went to the cinema, I went to see the previous movies, 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, which I have seen before. I did a quick recapture of those, rewatch. 28 Days Later still stands up as a pretty quality movie by Danny Boyle. I think it's still really, really, really smart film. Really interesting, post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
You know, I guess most people know the story. Infected. Britain's gone absolutely mad. It's
gone
really
woke.
cool, really interesting.
Got fucking woke.
Yeah, the woke virus, the woke mind virus. I watched it. I watched it the night before going to 28 days, 28 years later.
And I think it still stands
I tell you
up.
what,
It's
the
not-
soundtrack to that first film, fucking.
It has its
Yeah.
The ending bit, especially where like that music kicks
When he's
in,
going
and
mental.
Cillian Murphy's just like
Yeah.
just running around
Top
that
off,
mansion, It's
killing all
great.
fucking. Killing all
It has
soldiers.
a few issues. Obviously, the way it looks is a bit shit now.
It looks like it's filmed on a Nokia fucking Engage.
It does.
The girl who plays Hannah's terrible.
Yeah.
And it has a bit of moment in the middle where it kind of grinds to a halt. But like in general, it's still really,
I think it stands up
still
really well.
really good. Yeah.
Then you have 28 Weeks Later,
Jeremy
which wasn't
Renner.
by Danny Boyle. Yeah, do you know what? I completely forgot he was in it.
I didn't.
I think I saw this originally when I was stoned, when it first came out.
We don't condone drugs on this
It
podcast.
starts intense, ends intense, and it's this really slow bit in the middle. But again, it's not the worst film I've ever seen. I quite enjoyed rewatching this as well.
I find it very
thought it's
lackluster
really
follow up.
Same.
But it wasn't the same as the first one. Which then brings me to 28 years later, which I did go and see at the cinema when I was just on the cusp of falling ill. This is an interesting one. I think this is quite divisive amongst people. Looking at the reviews, our man Stig will obviously give his view in a moment, which a few of us may have an idea. For those that aren't aware, it's obviously set roughly 28 years later from the original film, again by Danny Boyle, co-written by Alex Garland. Stars Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Alfie Williams in his debut, and Rafe, I keep saying Ralph because I've got a dog, Ralph. Rafe Fiennes. It's set in a world where literally...
I bet it's 28 years later, isn't it?
The UK's kind of been completely quarantined. So everybody pretty much just doesn't go there. So whoever's left there just continues to try and survive. It follows the story of a group of survivors who found ways to exist amongst the infected. It's been 3 decades since the rage virus escaped.
Woke virus, it's called.
Yeah, and it's a ruthlessly enforced quarantine. And some people have found ways to go into sort of the woodland areas to do a bit of hunting, stuff like that. So you focus on the small island that's connected to the mainland by one single, pretty heavily defended causeway, which basically is defended by the tide. So when the tide rises, it's pretty safe. No one will try and cross. But when the tide drops down, you're able to walk along this kind of nicely made pathway of this that links you to the mainland. When one of the group leaves from the island to go on a mission into the dark heart of the mainland, basically the father takes his boy to teach him how to hunt, because people have very specific job roles in this new world order. You're either something like a farmer.
You're a baker, a farmer, like a
really simple kind of
no
job
one's
role.
allowed in. Sounds like Farage's Britain, am I right?
You really wouldn't want to go there. Yeah, it's obviously got some.
It's on Holy Island.
Undertones of.
Is it?
Yeah, good old Lindisfarne.
Oh, which actually happens, yeah.
And visually, audibly, I think it starts off really well. It's got some really intense moments to begin with. It really sets the scene. Oh, sorry, it does a very quick flashback, kind of just to remind you how it all started at the beginning of the film. Then it takes you to present day.
Monkeys.
It's got some really good, interesting moments. And then it kind of has this kind of slow part I'd say maybe the latter half, maybe the final third of the film, really sort of drags to sort of almost to a stop as it tries to cover this sort of heartwarming part of the story. And then it just ends on this completely mental turn.
Don't spoil
which
it.
I obviously won't spoil here. I won't. Which, depending on your point of view, works or it doesn't. I don't think it worked for me. I don't know. This is obviously going to be a film in what they are calling a trilogy. So I don't know if the story is going to be rounded off well. I have to see.
Was it going to be called 28 years later too?
It's already been
know.
filmed. It's already been filmed. The second part comes out in like
the
February.
part 2 rather than
it's called
2.
the Bone Temple. I think it's called.
Yeah.
The sequel.
Oh.
But yeah, it's got the spark of Danny Boyle. There's a particular scene involving. There's. I don't think this ruins too much for you. But the infected, there are different types of them now. So there's these sort of slow, almost obese type zombies that kind of just crawl through the woodlands, and you've got normal sort of infected that are kind of run by alpha. There's like a standout alpha that kind of organises them with loud growling, gives them instructions of what to
like
do,
The
whether
Walking
chase
Dead.
after people, stand still, stuff like that. There's lots of willies, Candy, so you'll be very happy.
Huge.
The dong count goes off the charts.
Now we're talking.
But
28 dongs later.
yeah, the particular chase from an alpha across to the mainland is pretty tense. It looks great on film. Sound for that is really good. There's a few standout moments, but I don't know. After watching the previous 2 movies before this, it kind of just feels like something's missing. I don't know quite what it is. It just didn't quite click for me. I'll hand it over to Stig because I know he's got something to say about this as well.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Thought it was shit.
Yeah.
I know I'm in a minority on this, so I'm the wrong one here. Like, the general consensus of this is most people liked it. I have way too many problems with it. I think that tonally it's all over the place. The editing is
Yeah,
insanely
100%.
random, including like weird headshot kills that he seems to have like put into there. CGI in places is shonky. It just lacks the rawness I thought that 28 Days Later has. And I know that you can't. That was filmed so long ago, and on the equipment they filmed it, and on the budget they filmed it, that it has that specific look. But this just, I don't know. I just thought that Boyle's kind of fallen into a bigger equals better trap.
Yeah, there's been a lot made about the fact that he used iPhones to film it.
Yeah, okay.
Which
just
what, you mean 4K fucking resolution?
But
not exactly gritty, is it?
Well, no, but it's been a thing. There's a few films that there's one about KSI or something about the minute who that one's saying shot on iPhone as well. What they neglect to tell you is they're still attached to these massive fucking camera rigs.
Yeah, they're just using it for the viewfinder, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, no, they are using the camera on the iPhone, but it's basically
it's attached to a full-on rig.
Massive lenses, or.
But I don't think any of that really bothered. It didn't matter to me. I just think I totally agree with Stig that there's a tone that just bounces around trying to tell something different in a different way, and it doesn't always work. Sometimes it does. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a couple of great set pieces throughout it, and then there are other moments where it just. Yeah, and you want to know more. There's things that aren't explained particularly well. You just don't quite understand what.
Well, it's a trilogy, you said, so be patient.
But that's the point. It's kind of just left too much up in the air, I think. And the ending is just right fucking out there.
Yeah, I think the first half, when it's Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Spike, that's the name of the boy, are out hunting.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah,
that
he's really
kid
good,
is
to be
fantastic.
fair. Everyone's in it pretty well. Acting's pretty good, to be fair. I think I preferred that more, where like these two people out on this kind of teaching his boy how to hunt, teaching his boy how to live in this world, and then the second half is just it's too many films in one. There's too many ideas. There's too many films in it like being thrown around in it for me. I know this is petty, and a lot of people won't get stuck on this, but the geography of it all fucking killed me. They're on Holy Island. They go past Sycamore Tree, which is 80 miles out of the way.
Oh, yes, the Robin Hood path.
Yeah, then they walk past the Angel of the North. And you're like, all of this is because they see something. And I'm like, you couldn't fucking see that from where you were. And then you like, it's about 80 miles where they need to go, and it's like it doesn't make any sense, and stuff like that. I just sometimes get stuck on little minor details like that. I just think
it's a pretty big detail for those who do not live in the northeast. Holy Island is about an hour and 20-minute drive from Newcastle, so it's a bit of you wouldn't be able to see the Angel of the North from Holy Island.
It's not that fucking big.
It's also very small. Yes,
there's some dumb decisions, nonsensical decisions. Particularly around
one that really
one of the
annoyed me
alpha and one around his dad that annoyed me. Parts of the film, it looks incredible in parts. I won't deny that the cinematography looks great. There's some beautiful shots of England's countryside, and I kind of loved seeing the sweeping shots of like towns just gone to ruin. And the acting's great, and there's a really beautiful moment in the final act. But overall, I was like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to tell? You've got so many ideas here. And the ending, fuck me. That ending is so divisive.
Is that the one that you want Oodles to see?
No, that's not what I want to see. I was talking about the dongs.
Look, I'm more than just penises, guys.
But the ending, and I can't spoil it, but it's so divisive, and I think it's a terrible thing what they've done. And the way that what they've done with the characters at the end, it's in such bad taste, and I really don't like it, and it makes no sense whatsoever considering the time of when that when the rage virus kicks off, and the age of the character. I don't want to spoil it, but if you don't care about the film,
look it up now
and find out what they've done.
I do care, so I'm not gonna
watch it. Make your mind up. I think you might like this, Oodles, just because of, if I'm being honest. But I hate the ending. I genuinely, when it happened, I just said to myself, like, what the fuck was that?
Exactly what I said.
And it just makes no sense.
I watched it with two of my mates, and again, they were mixed reactions. One of them liked it, and I just went. It's pretty
Kate
much the
liked
same
it.
words.
We had a discussion
I was like,
about
what
this.
the fuck was that?
In the car the other day, and we were talking about it. But like, the more I talked to her about it, the more I could start pulling it apart. And I'm just like, when I start doing that, I can't enjoy it because there's just too many glaring things that are bouncing at me.
This won't spoil anything for listeners, but the scene in the train really pissed me off.
Yeah, that pissed me off as well.
Made no sense whatsoever.
Oh, okay. Okay. That ending is certainly a choice.
Yeah, if you want to talk to me about it after Gadget,
I will.
Or anything, yeah. But I know, like in my earlier review, I said F1 makes no sense, but I just went with it. But that film knows what it's doing. That film knows that it makes no sense and that it's just trying to tell a stupid summer blockbuster. This is trying.
You think this film's showing off a bit too much?
Yes.
Okay.
And I know I'm in
sense.
a minority. If I look at my letterbox, there's me and like 2 other people that have it scored low. Everyone else has got it 4 or 5 out of 5. I know that. I know I'm in the vast majority here, but personally for me, just didn't work.
I think once the other sequels, if they, because apparently it's been a good hit as well, so I assume they're definitely.
The second one's already filmed.
The second one's pretty much been done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I assume the third one's coming too. I think make up a further judgment once all of them are out to understand the story a bit more. But
right,
yeah, it wasn't quite what I was expecting.
Yeah, sorry, I know
this discussion.
You're gonna have
Christ.
to. I am
you
done.
two have absolutely devoured it. So us 3 left are going to have to like tackle this one other glaring omission that we need to.
Oh,
talk about.
very, very quickly.
No,
the thing that I thought I'd cheer myself up with. I'm not going to review it. To watch after this because I'd never seen it. Was Threads.
So
I'd never seen that, and wow, that's all I'll say.
Right, so Candy, Gadget, and myself, I think we'll threesome this for the consciousness of time. I'll let you start with this, Gadget.
Yeah. Okay. So we've all been playing a game, a certain game that requires a PlayStation 5. It turns out this is an exclusive.
It's not very fair, is it, for in Netherlands?
No, but yeah, it turns out Sony have games that they can release on their console that don't go to other ones immediately, and
to rapturous applause.
Yep. So
We'll go on PlayStation Plus.
So I turned my PlayStation on for the first time in 9 months. I actually had to blow dust off my DualSense.
How many updates did it do?
It took longer to do the updates than it did to install the fucking game. We've been playing Death Stranding 2 on the beach. We haven't been playing it on the beach. That's the subtitle for the game. It's a stupid subtitle. We've
played
been through
Cool
this.
Waters by all saints.
So this game is it's the sequel to Death Stranding. Starts 11 months after the events of the original game.
Yep.
Sam has successfully connected America into the UCA, into the Cairo
If you don't know
network.
what Death Stranding is either, guys, listen to this another time.
Yeah. Sam has successfully connected the both ends of the country together. He has...
Who plays Sam?
Norman Reedus.
Oh, Norman Reedus. That's the guy.
Yes. He has then decided he does not like the slightly fascistic system of the UCA and has decided to leave, absconding with Lou, the bridge baby that he carried across the world. I'm not explaining any of this in context. You will have to play the game to understand any of it.
Yeah, figure it out yourself.
I can tell you the ending to Death Stranding and you will not understand it unless you play it.
We haven't got the time.
No, but he has absconded to the southern border and wants to live a private life. However, that private life is interrupted when his former porter in kind Fragile turns up with a job for him. Bring him out of retirement.
Played by Lea Seydoux.
Yeah, played by Lea Seydoux. So he goes down past Trump's border wall into Mexico.
Yeah, you literally see the border wall.
You do, and you go through a massive gap in it, which I actually thought was quite funny.
Did you like the? I don't know what your gameplay was doing, but Sam makes a comment on that wall if it's quiet and you're not like engaged in combat.
No, I was being chased by mules at the time.
He goes, oh, fucking borders.
So you have to go and in the space of an hour connect all of Mexico. All
the
of
whole
Mexico.
country.
the whole country of Mexico to the chiral network. And it turns out, by you doing this, you have created some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey bullshit that has happened.
And if you don't know what the chiral network is, it's the mega internet.
It's the wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey bullshit where data can be stored on the beach and transferred instantaneously. However, because of the unexpected... this is the bit I'm trying to explain. The unexpected effects of doing this on space, time, and death, for some plot reason... A giant fucking portal has appeared in Mexico.
No fucking way.
And you know where it leads you? Precisely to the bottom southwest tip of Australia.
Yeah, why not?
And you have to go to Australia and do the same fucking thing again.
Connect Australia.
So basically, if you enjoy Death Stranding, you will love this, because this is Death Stranding but more. If you did not like Death Stranding, you will not like this, because this is Death Stranding but more.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say, I'm playing it on a base PS5. It is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played.
Probably the most beautiful game I've ever played.
It's reaching a level of realism that I've kind of I didn't expect it to do.
It's gone past, I said this in this Discord, it's gone past Uncanny Valley, and now it's like I'm playing
I don't know.
real people.
There's some shots of Lou that are a bit Uncanny Valley. The baby, especially, yeah.
No one can do babies well.
And there's
even some of the actors out from the clips I've seen, there's something slightly off about them. I mean, it does look amazing.
No.
It's mostly Léa Seydoux. She doesn't look like she's looking anywhere.
She can look at me.
Yeah, it's as weird and batshit crazy so far as the first game was. In fact, I think they've dialed up the weirdness. I am in chapter 3. I'm in Australia. I'm kind of doing the initial few places for like the government people.
Yeah, you're the game proper now.
Yeah, I'm in the game proper now. I've had my first void out because those Australian BTs do not fuck around.
They're tall, aren't they?
They're fast.
Fucking massive and scary sounding.
Again, just to let you know, like if you have played the original Death Stranding, the Mexico part is just the tutorial.
Yeah.
Well,
you're only in it for
that's
about
true
an
to
hour.
Australia, isn't it? Everything's bigger and tries to kill you.
Oh yeah, it's really true. Yeah, and it's weird. The game kind of doesn't prepare you for it, because like when you encounter BTs in that opening area, they're just like the ones in the first game, and they're familiar to how you fight them.
Avoid.
Yeah, you can avoid them. There's one where you have to actually kill all of the ones in an area just to do it, which I think is setting you up for Australia, because these ones in Australia,
he has simplified it where all the weapons now in this can kill
anything. They just work.
That's handy.
So it's actually a shooting game now.
Yeah, the shooting is much better than in the first game. Like the action is
proper
great.
shooting game.
You get vehicles much faster. Like the tick of kind of getting technology to you to make your life easier traversing around the map is much faster. The first game was kind of almost perverse in how it liked you to suffer your way to create the first kind of connection, and then it got easier because you'd connect the network. Now you get many more options to do things.
Yeah, and they have simplified the fact that, because in the original game you needed to have a BB, a bridge baby, to see the ghosts, the BTs. Now they've explained it in the game that everyone, because they've connected the world, everyone can see them now, regardless. So it's like they've simplified it. You're not concerned about a baby anymore.
Yeah.
Also, Sam said his dooms have got worse, hadn't it?
Everyone's had. There's a little like an off comment that she makes at the beginning, saying like everyone's just got more power.
Yeah.
Think of it like X-Men. Everyone's got a particular like power, supernatural power.
Yeah, they've hand waved a lot of stuff away, which is fine.
Yeah,
like
it's made it more quality of life. It's just
a bit more quality of life.
Mm.
The story so far, when you get out of chapter 1 and you dry your eyes and rehydrate, because my God,
it is the year of sad games.
Yeah, when you get out of that and you kind of have that push forward, it feels like much more of a push forward. Whereas with like the first game, you're just like told, go do this, and Sam's like, I don't want to, and then the president dies, and like, I've got to do this, and that's it. Where this one actually feels like there is a kind of an emotional reason for you to do something. Yeah. Because Sam doesn't have to go and connect Australia. He doesn't want to. He wants to live a quiet life in his bunker.
It's more personal, this one, isn't it?
Yeah. There are still some fucking weird choices.
Which ones?
Bit confused why Charlie has to sound like Die Hardman.
Yeah.
Confused by Charlie in general. I assume
There's a
probably
reason I
just
chose that voice for him.
You can't choose any of the others.
If you choose any of the others, it tells you
can you
it won't
not?
do it. No,
He
it's
says,
always
we
Tommy
don't
Earl
think we should
Jenkins.
choose that one.
I made the right choice.
But yeah, I suspect it's probably just going to be Die Hardman.
I know the answer. Because Candy, carry on.
Well, I'm glad
You
that
take
you
over.
explained the story, Gadget, because although I do know very well what is going on, I would not be able to explain it to any other people. When they announced Death Stranding 2, I was not excited. I loved the first one so much, and I thought it was such a great story that I didn't want it to get ruined by anything by furthering it. And so many people complained about the gameplay, or they complained about this, that, or the other. I thought that Kojima was going to bow to what the masses were going to say. He was going to make it a shooting game. It was going to be all action. It was going to lose everything that made the first one so special to me. And I am very pleased to say that that's not the case. So for this one, as you know, I've been doing my best to avoid any kind of trailers. I watched the first trailer. Anything past that, I've really tried to avoid, because I think the first one did too much in telling you what happened in the trailers. And, I kind of put it together. But anyway, that aside, yes, one of the most beautiful games. And especially the intro, there are moments when I genuinely could not tell whether it was real or not.
You can't tell, yeah.
You cannot tell that. With the landscapes,
it's very fucking
especially
weird that they're not just skyboxes.
Yeah, it's just
You think,
criminally
that's
good.
a skybox. No, you can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going.
Gadget, what you said about Death Stranding, but more, you hit the nail on the head so well there, because it's improved everything to the point where it hasn't changed the gameplay, but it's just made it so much better without you noticing.
Yeah.
Like if you were to play Death Stranding 2 and go back to the first one, you think, oh, that doesn't feel as fun as I remember it, or oh, I thought this was a bit better. But Death Stranding 2 is the game that Death Stranding 1 sort of felt like. So I'm in chapter 4 now, so the game's fully open to me. And it sucked me in. It's really sucked me in. And even then, I'm missing my zip lines. I will say I'm missing my zip lines. But it's almost as if I saw. I've seen a couple of things. I've connected to everyone that's playing here, by the way. I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's I'm trying. Sorry, you can cut this out.
You're having an emotional moment.
No, I'm not having an emotional moment. I'm just trying to sort of figure out exactly what I'm trying to say about.
What's the soundtrack like this time round? Because obviously a lot of it was focused on. Was it Low Raw?
Yeah,
they're still in it.
So it's Woodkid this time.
Woodkid and Low Raw are still in it.
Yeah, there's a moment early on where a Low Raw song comes in, and it's so bittersweet.
It hurts, doesn't it?
It's like, oh, I'm crying all over again. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the setup to the first crying.
I think what you were getting at there, Candy, where it is Death Stranding, but more. And this is because I'm on chapter 10.
Fucking hell.
Don't get comfortable with that parallel.
I'm sure it'll do its own weird shit as it goes
It's
on.
as much
I
as
hope
can...
it does.
So, the clues are there, right? George Miller's in this. It's set in Australia.
We on Mad Max, are we?
There you go.
Great.
Nice.
It's not. The first game was UPS Simulator, right? This game is the sequel to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay.
That
So, the
means
way I'm
nothing
saying
to me.
it, and that's in gameplay and slightly in narrative, you can tell that this is Kojima having a massive stab at his old employers, saying, I'm still better at this than you guys. And
Fair enough.
the fact that the most of the stuff you start off in this game, you are UPS Simulator, you are internet service provider, you are connecting the worlds, blah, blah, blah. And now it's turned into, I am infiltrating bases, I am stealth man, I am armed to the teeth, I have transport that you couldn't possibly imagine that you get in this game. I'm getting weapons, new gameplay mechanics, new weather mechanics, like floods, flash floods, and forest fires, and fucking sandstorms and snowstorms.
I do like that stuff.
Yeah, it's all happening. The emergent gameplay is real. What Kojima's done is gone, right, all my cutscenes in this game are going to be about 10 minutes long, max.
There's another feature that I do like in it. If you pause a cutscene, there's a little bar at the bottom that shows you how far through you are, which I like.
He has absolutely been editorialized on this. Someone's gone, it was too long last time. You can't complete a game, and then 5 hours later, the cutscene's still going. Someone's turned around and gone, look, make emergent games. He's looked at games like Breath of the Wild and his old games like Metal Gear Solid 5, where it is a bit looser in story. You get a lot of stuff when you get to bases. You get a lot of stuff talked to you while you're walking about, but the emergent gameplay is the real star of this. I've been infiltrating bases like fucking Sam Snake. You know what I mean? I've been going around and I've been stealthing about, and because you have guns, constantly have guns, it feels like a Metal Gear Solid game. And this is what I wanted from it. It is still in that strange Death Stranding world. It's still crazy. It's still batshit. He's still got loads of his friends in the game. He's still got cameos, and he's still got fucking absolutely mental stuff. Like some of the transport systems I've got, because I'm way further ahead, I couldn't even possibly imagine putting something like that in a game, but I've got it. And now it's become normal to me. And I've got Mad Max style fucking bits, and it's absolutely, it's front loaded with what the old game was. And then after about chapter 5, after you meet a character called Neil, after that, it just changes. It just absolutely changes. And it's not even, you're not even aware that it's changed straight away until you actually think, I've just played 3 hours of a different game.
Fair enough.
And I know. I was going back to what I was saying. Going back to the kind of the multiplayer elements. You can tell that the people playing it now, the Strand system. You can tell that the people playing it now know exactly what they're doing, because right off the bat, everything's where you need it to be. Yeah, and people are liking more of the roads are ready. The charges are where they need to be. People know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And there's people. More people are connecting with each other.
Yeah.
But I wonder if people are going to try and go into Death Stranding 2 without having played Death Stranding 1.
I think because I don't think it's difficult.
I think it would be extremely difficult because
I think you can. There's a decent recap on the front menu of the last game. It has a corpus system. It has the corpus system, which tells you everything that anyone ever says.
Yeah,
you can pause the game and it tells you exactly what they mean.
I do like that it's got a. I do like that it's got a story so far section, like a bit like what Dragon Quest has.
Yeah. I think you technically could. I feel like the original Death Stranding feels like the tutorial to this game now. Do you get what I mean? And I've not finished it. And from some of the story beats that have kicked off in the last time I played it, it's going to get weirder, but weird in a good way.
How long was the first game approximately?
About 40 hours.
Yeah, 30, 40 hours, depending on how much of the side stuff you did.
Yeah. And I felt more akin in this game to help everyone else. Like, I've spent about 6 hours building roads knowing that Candy's behind me somewhere.
I appreciate that, thank you.
She messaged me the other week saying, oh, I found your ladder. Yeah, I put it in a shit place, but found it.
Actually, no, it was exactly where I was trying to descend. So
I'm helping people behind me. I'm getting while I'm playing the game, and I'm chapters in front. I'm getting thumbs up from like Candy, from other people that I know. People I'm like, fucking got me out of that one. And it's a special game that people are just going to think it's a UPS simulator because it starts off as that. You know what I mean? It's just such a weird game to explain, but only this man can do it. I think it's really good. I think it's genuinely really good, and it's worth all the reviews it's got. And again, I've read a few reviews, and not one of them have spoiled how the game ends up. Not one of them. They've just said, they've just literally said, like, look, it goes places, does different things, and none of the trailers spoiled any of that. And I think it's genius. I know throwing that word across like anything, but it's genius. It's not believe it or not, it's not the weirdest Hideo Kojima game. It's a lot more simpler. The story's simpler.
Shall we crack onto the feedback, Oodles, before you excitedly reveal anything?
I won't reveal anything else. Go. Do the feedback.
Not to rush you on, but, Biggie looks like he's about to drown in his own t-shirt.
Warm in France.
It is. So, feedback. Lee Davis says, I watched Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story, earlier today.
Oh,
what a fantastic documentary. It's got such amazing highs, and it's completely heartbreaking. His version of Superman is still the high watermark for me. I recommend it. It's on Sky/Now TV, so it's free if you have either of those subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Holstead has said, a bit of a busy couple of weeks, to be honest. Played quite a bit of Balatro and started... Now, I never know how to say this. Eiyuden Chronicles? Eiyuden. 100 heroes that Oodles talked about a while back. I got my main party's level 22 and I've unlocked 18 of the characters and I'm enjoying it so far.
Good lad.
Finished book 4 of Dungeon Crawler Carl and I've started on book 5. It's still going strong and there was a
You've
reveal
really got him into them, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. There's a reveal or two at the end of 4 that's got me excited for the rest of the story. Since writing this, I'm now 18 chapters or so in and it hasn't let me down. Not that I expected it would. Gadget will attest to this. Yes, book 5 is very good. I actually think it's better than book 4. There were some weird things in book 4 that I didn't like that much, but it went to weird places. On to movies. I had a ridiculous double bill of The Meg and The Meg 2.
Jesus.
They were just silly, but exactly what I expected and still enjoyable nonetheless. Sticking with
Meg.
Sticking with Jason Statham, we watched Operation Fortune, and it was okay. Not the typical Guy Ritchie film, but Hugh Grant is fantastic as a smarmy billionaire.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
As smarmy, just keep it there.
Yeah. My favourite film out of this crop was Deep Cover, a new Prime exclusive based around 3 improv comics picked to take down unsuspecting crime syndicate. Orlando Bloom was particularly funny as an out-of-look actor who puts on a hard man act.
Yeah.
Beck has been on a rom-com mood recently, and given most of them are 1.5 hours each, we've gone through a few of them. I've just come to accept that sometimes she needs cheesy romance films. I'm not going to go into them individually, because let's face it, most rom-coms are the same. Two people meet, there's a spark of interest, one of them does something that causes a falling out, and the last 20 minutes or so they realise how stupid they are, and it's happily ever after, etc. And he's provided us a list.
Right.
Yeah. Some of these I've not heard of. Some of them sound terrible. One of them is controversial. So, Say When, The Decoy Bride, Falling in Love, spelled INN. That sounds like a Hallmark movie to me. Your Place or Mine, No Hard Feelings, Walking on Sunshine, Fool's Gold, Cutting Edge, Going for the Gold, The Ugly Truth, Benny and June, which he says was his personal favourite, and I would agree, that's a very good film. Heartbreaking, though. And the controversial one, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, no.
Can't remember anymore, but yeah, like I said, it's been busy. I think you need to, diversify, Mike.
Yeah,
it's too many rom-coms.
I remember forgetting Sarah Marshall and thinking it was funny at the time, but has that not aged well? I can't remember.
It's got Russell Brand in it!
It's got Russell Brand in it.
Russell Brand, Jonah Hill, and P. Diddy in it, so no.
No, that's Get Him to the Greek.
Second one.
Oh, let's Get Him to the Greek, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
As a series, though, it couldn't be worse.
That's... Are you sure, sir?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall does have Russell Brand in it.
Same people.
Yeah, Jason Segel, yeah. And it's
He's
the
playing the same
writers, not. But yeah, it's Get Him to the Greek is the one with P. Diddy in it.
Yeah.
Chasing them.
Yeah. Moving swiftly on, Xenos has been on. She said, I have finished Cassette Beasts, at least the main story. Love the game. Cannot put into words how much that ending hurt. Almost wish I'd left it at the last step. How fucking dare they? At least the game resets to before it for the post-game. Other than that, I mentioned in Discord that I've had writer's block for literally the last decade, and it finally broke last weekend. I'm currently about 5,800 words into a draft of a completely fresh piece, and I've got another 3 in the same setting on the back burner for when that's done. Also, because of this fucking weather, I'm currently lying in bed on my phone in complete darkness, which, as everyone knows, is ideal conditions for writing.
Xenos, that's what I did the other day. I just couldn't do anything.
I will probably end up putting at least one of these up online somewhere so people can read it if they're interested, but I apologise in advance. I have no real training in creative writing. I don't think it's bad, just that I've got a lot of room to improve. I'm sure it will be fine. We'll all enjoy reading it. Oodles will do a dramatic reading.
I will. I'll do the audio book for it.
Just everything set in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
What?
Don't pit.
You need a London version.
A London version.
You slag.
How did you know that's the title of her book?
You know how every week I change the BB and BBAK for when I open up Kurt. This one, this week's one, yeah, let's go with Bridge Baby because my original idea was Back Blaster and it just sounds wrong. Wow! I'm just trying to think of
Stig's nickname at school.
just trying to think of like two words that alliterate. Yeah, Bridge Baby. Bridge Baby.
How
Angry
about
Kurt.
bloody boiling?
Yeah, bloody boiling Angry Kurt. Bloody boiling he is. He's bloody boiling. It's been a couple of weeks for me. Starting out with games, I decided to abandon Claire Obscure. There was a lot I loved about it, but I hit a boss in Act 2, which I got to its second phase, but only just, and then it wiped me out with an 8-move attack, and I thought to myself, there's no way I'm going to remember that pattern, and the bosses are only going to get harder from here on out. That sounds like Sprung to me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to defeat Sprung at that point.
No, you don't.
So it can't be Sprung.
It'll be on about Renoir.
And also, I said this to him, just drop it, difficulty to get past the boss, and then you put the difficulty back up.
Put it back up.
Like, just do that. Like, there's no shame in it. If you can't get past them,
You should
just do that.
I don't think you should skip on that story just because you couldn't get past it.
He goes on to say, people told me just to stick it on easy and enjoy the story, which I might have done if I was near the end, but given I wasn't even halfway through, it wasn't an option for me, and I need the gameplay to be there.
Mate, the last
every battle
chapter
to be
is as quick as you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you
what
can
I'm
just run
saying
straight to the
is,
end.
do it for that one fight if you're struggling, and then put it back up.
Yeah.
So instead, I've now moved on to the excellent Promise Mascot Agency. It's from the Paradise Killer developers, but it's a different kind of game. It's an open-world management game where you run a mascot agency in order to pay back some Yakuza family. This sounds very good, Kurt's Lane. The management aspect strikes...
game.
He does. The management aspect strikes a good balance between accessibility and actually thinking about what you're doing. But the main appeal to me has been hearing the stories of all the townspeople and exploring and collecting everything in the town. It's incredibly Moorish on my current game of the year. Strong words. Film-wise, I watched A Few Good Men, which was brilliant. The Kurosawa film, High and Low, which is also great and it aged really well.
Love it.
But the main film I want to talk about is 28 Years Later. Contrary to Stig, I adored this film.
Shite.
He's right that it is totally all over the place, but I thought it worked really well. It's scary in places it should be, the performances are brilliant, and there's many iconic moments. Including the ending, which I thought was incredible and left me eager to see the next film.
Oh la la.
And again, I've just read what that ending is. Wow. I'm yet to see Sinners or F1, but this is my current film of the year. Oh, and it made me cry, which I never would have thought a film like this would. TV-wise, I finished Department Q, which was good, but perhaps a couple of episodes too long. It does set it... Sorry, the way Kurt writes is, it said it does eat it up for another series. I think he means set it up for another series, though not on a cliffhanger. So hopefully Netflix doesn't cancel it. They will cancel it.
Probably will.
I also finished Clarkson's Farm, which was a good comfort watch.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I'm a few pages near the end of Red Seas Under Red Skies. Overall, I've enjoyed it, but I do have a couple of issues. Found the bits on the sea to be a bit mixed, some of it great, others where they're talking all nautical terms, I just found it boring. Then there's the bait switch between Locke and Jean, teased at the end of the first book to start this one. I was really excited to find out what would happen and how it would be resolved, but what actually happens I found supremely disappointing and not sure why the author did it for what felt like a joke. Oh, and please stop using different aliases for the same character within the same paragraph, Scott Lynch. I think the heat's getting
Don't
to
read
him. He's been
Tolkien,
on
mate.
one.
Don't read Tolkien.
Gandalf's
Gandalf's got about 7 names.
He did read Tolkien, didn't he? Yeah.
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
But yes, that's our feedback.
Cool. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in the show notes. And please consider becoming a patron because we need to buy air conditioning. Oh, fucking red hot, man.
I'm fine. I'm sat here in a hoodie.
But yes. Yeah. Well, you'll have access to all that back catalogue. We've got absolutely hundreds of hours. And you'll get access to the green room later on as well. But now, before we leave, dearly departed, it's time for Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Well, it's funny you should say dearly departed, because I was thinking the other day, why are people afraid to go
I wondered why they were an heat wave.
Why are people afraid to go into graveyards? Because everyone knows that you haunt the place you died, right? So there shouldn't be anyone really, unless you
Is that
died
a scientific fact?
Yeah. Also, what you're wearing when you die as well. So make sure you dress comfortably every day, because that's your funeral suit.
Hey, good advice.
It's got to be the worst, hasn't it, to die at work, and then you have to haunt your work for the rest of your
die
death.
in a graveyard?
Well, funeral workers.
Easier to get in there.
Funeral workers,
Cheaper.
if they die at work, they are the ones that are haunting the graveyards, I guess. So it's just some poor janitor doing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Doing the sweep. So if you ever see a janitor in a graveyard, you don't know if they're a ghost or not.
I mean, I do.
How'd you-
Just don't exist.
Goes to go, hey, get the fuck off that grave.
Ooh,
Stop pissing on
afterwards.
that.
Could it be a
Well,
poltergeist?
how often do you go to graveyards yourself?
Quite often, actually. I am a
Is that
goth,
where
you
you
know.
have your dinner at work?
Yeah, no, it's my
Have a
bottle of
lunch.
red wine. Take a bottle of red wine
I
into
never
a
thought
graveyard.
about the theory of who came up with ghosts that have to go, ooh. Like, why do ghosts have to do that? Can they
That's
not just
probably
go,
from
hello?
film, isn't it? That's probably from film rather than
Can
anything
I have a
else.
chat?
You could
It just seems
probably
like there's
go
no
back.
point why they'd have to go, ooh.
You could probably go far as back as like Dickens. Dickens probably invented ghosts like that.
They go
Something
woo.
along those lines.
Also, everyone knows ghosts say Mary loves Dick.
Mary loves Dick.
Daddy loves Dick.
Would you, like,
She
when
absolutely
you
does.
when you become a ghost, would you wear a sheet?
When you become a ghost. I love how fucking actual you are about it. When we all become ghosts.
When we're all ghosts,
Mhm.
we could
Yeah.
do a ghost podcast. But
Yeah, but I don't want to get a fitted sheet because it just look really weird.
well, wouldn't it? A
It's got
bunch,
to be a loose
and that would
fitting.
be hot and all.
Yeah. So you want to do a ghost podcast from beyond the grave? What if we
Modern.
get cremated?
Oh,
Modern exorcism.
modern exorcism, perfect.
But what if we get cremated? What if I'm planning to be cremated?
I was going to
It
say we'll all
doesn't
be like
matter,
little
though,
piles
'cause
of ash, won't we?
you- no,
we can have our
because
little urns,
Because you
labelled
die,
urns.
and then you die, and your spirit comes out before you get turned into ash.
Modern
yeah.
exhumed.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Or-
Sorry, Stig, I forgot about that scientific fact.
Oh, I mean, it's just
You've got to get the metaphysical mechanics right, Doodles.
I know. What about the
Oh, we don't
ectoplasm?
be
It's
able-
gonna be everywhere.
I can't entertain it. Sorry, it's just me. I think it's just shit. Sorry, Candy.
Indulge me.
He's not playing. He's not
Indulge
playing.
me.
He's not fucking playing.
What if you're a
Is that
ghost in a
enough?
hot country and you got to wear a sheet on top as well? You just be like, oh, I'm so hot.
Sheets are quite cool though. If there's nothing
Yeah.
underneath,
Well, if you're-
I mean, you're only the sheet,
So
aren't
you're
you,
gonna
when
be,
you're a
You're
ghost?
going to be naked underneath your sheet.
Oh yeah. Who's going to
Oh,
know?
yeah.
I'll be
Who's gonna
flashing
know?
people left, right.
So you're going to be a nuisance in the afterlife
In
as
fact,
well as life.
my sheet, I'm not going to have the eyes cut out. I'm going to have the tits cut out. So just like my two boobs. And then when
can we
somebody's
have,
trying to fall asleep,
I think we know what I'm going to have cut out.
when someone's trying to fall
Yeah,
asleep and they'll
swastika.
be like,
Yeah.
I can see these massive eyes
Bald
looking at
head.
me. I'm like, it's not my eyes.
They're not my eyes. Oh god, can we get some art for that, please? Can
There
you draw
is
a picture of that, please?
a ghost world. Like
A ghost world, yeah.
there'll be fucking billions, and everyone should be
Too
bumping
many.
everyone should be bumping into each other.
Just
And the
drifting
fact-
around
did
into
you-
each other.
I actually,
No, don't, because you pass through as ghosts. It would be
I
a problem.
actually watched two an atheist and a Christian debating this recently, and they're on about like, if you do go to the afterlife, how the fuck are you going to understand them? Because if there's billions of years, thousands of years of human evolution and the change of language, you won't be able to understand anybody. Because the fucking, what's the chances are you going to meet someone English when there's billions of people?
I got
Yeah,
hit.
subtitle
How did you
closed
die?
caption
I got
option,
hit by a
wouldn't
bus. The fuck is it? What's a bus?
What's a bus?
Well, that's if you watch the BBC series Ghosts, that they play on that because like one of the ghosts. So it's all ghosts that are, people who've died in and around that
Yeah.
mansion or where that mansion was.
Yeah.
So the longest term ghost there is actually a caveman, and he's
Yeah, it's like,
and so
we can't
like they make
understand him.
pop culture references. He just doesn't understand. Like he understands what like a car is and a bus is now because things have come
He's
to
seen
the
it.
house. He's
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
But it.
He's looking
it
at
is
the wheels,
just
going,
like
"I
a thing of a
invented
truck.
that."
Look what I did. What I did.
I remember when all this were caves.
So yeah,
does say that.
Candy, the original question was graveyards. What was it? What did you say?
I can't
Why are
remember.
people afraid of graveyards?
Yeah,
Oh,
They're just spooky.
because people like you were in them.
you're probably
Also,
right.
zombies. Not ghosts.
Zombies.
Oh.
The undead.
Yeah, they
Zombies
make that sound. They make that sound.
Yeah.
Zombies aren't real.
Oh, the ghosts
Oh, the ghosts are.
I think we'll leave it at that.
They're coming to get you, Candy.
If you're a patron, you will be in the green room and enjoying all the spoils of the green room. If you're not a patron, this is it. It's the end of the line. You're going to the graveyard. Goodbye.
You fools.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.